Hi everyone, Sarah from Earth Spirit, how are you? So just doing a video about, I've had some people, seen some different people's opinions and things on social media, and so just doing a video about cleansing crystals and all the different ways you can cleanse your crystals, what's right for you, what feels right for you, and that sort of thing. So there's different ways that you can cleanse your crystals, and different crystals react differently to different ways, and it's really up to you how you cleanse your crystals, what feels right, how do they feel after you cleanse them, does that work really good for you? So to me, I love cleansing and charging crystals under the full moon. I'm really connected to the moon phases, and I love the energy. I love standing out under the moon, so I love when my crystals are charged with moon energy and cleansed. But I also use my cleansing spray that I make, and I do sometimes use white sage smudge to cleanse them as well. And all the crystals in my shop, I tend to use the white sage smudge stick or cleansing stick and the spray, because the energy is there of the full moon, but you can't actually put all the crystals out under the full moon from my shop. So I'm constantly charging and cleansing crystals with sprays, and just also just doing energy work on the crystals to charge them and cleanse them myself. So this is one of the smudge sticks that I sell in my shop, which is $12. So I mean, you just light this end, get it smoking, and then you just run it, run the crystal under with the smoke. So like, he's sorry, getting up really close. So this is one that I usually just break them up into little bits, because they burn really good and they last longer. So you just light that and just run the crystal through the smoke, and I just go right around the shop with the smoke of the sage and go in all the cabinets and cleanse all the crystals that way regularly, and the shop as well. It just makes the shop feel beautiful, and yourself. So you can cleanse yourself as well. It just feels really good and really beautiful when you use the white sage. Beautiful American Indian tradition to cleanse, and it also gets rid of negative energies or spirits around you, or your house or the shop or anything, because we do get negative energies in here with different people coming in all the time. So you do need to cleanse often. So yeah, so this is my spray that I make. You can get other crystal cleansing sprays, but this one I sell in the shop. It's specially made up with a secret blend of essential oils that I've never actually told anyone the actual blend that's in it. So it's just a little blend that I've come across intuitively and through my guides and that, and I want to just keep that to myself. But you can make up a spray too if you want, with just what's intuitively right for you. But I mean, you just spray over yourself. Sorry. It's beautiful, but I just sprayed it right in my face. Your crystals, just spray all your crystals, and this is pretty safe for crystals that don't like water. It's safe for all because it's got oils in it. It doesn't hurt them, and it's only a really light spray, and they just tend to just pop after you spray them with this and other cleansing sprays as well. This is just the one I make, so I like to use it, and I do sell it in the shop. You can cleanse your house, yourself, anything with it. Smells divine too. So yes, so that's that. And you can also use just your incense, like your white sage. You can use dragon's blood, you can use nag champa, and just use them. Put your crystals through the smoke of that as well to cleanse them. I'll just put some things around here. Ooh, sorry, just knocking things over, knocking the phone over. Okay. Oh, and that one. So I'm just going to go through some crystals. So also water is another thing you can use. So try to make sure it's water like rainwater, or you can use salt water. So put sea salt or Himalayan salt in the water, but not all crystals like water. Selenite does not like water. It's a real chalky sort of, and it just dissolves. The kyanite is another one. There's others too. Just make sure you look it up, because there's a fair few that don't like water, and some of them don't like salt either. They do say that anything that ends with "ite," like selenite, kyanite, they don't like salt or water. So just that's a little guide to go by. So some of the ones that do like salt is amethyst, rose quartz, and citrine, salt water. Or you can even just get a bowl of salt and put them in the salt, and leave them in there for a little bit. The salt will take any negativity out, and then they're fine again. Okay, so also the earth, you can, if you've got a pot plant, or just a pot with some earth in it, you could get a pot and just nice, really pretty pot, put some earth in it, and just bury your crystals in it whenever they need cleansing, so that you can find them again. Because don't go burying them out in the yard somewhere and then you can't find where you buried them. Make sure you put a X marks the spot or something. But that's why it's a good idea to get a pot, like a really pretty one that might have pentagrams or spiritual symbols, and then keep it on your veranda or near your house, and every time you want to cleanse your crystals, you could bury them in that earth. That's where they come from, the earth. They come from the earth, so putting them back to the earth is very cleansing. And then dig them up and wash them in clean water without any chemicals in the water, and rainwater preferably, and then they'll be beautiful and cleansed. So it's another way. You can put them out under a full moon. So it's, like I said, it's one of my favorite ways. I love the moon energy. So and 3 crystals that are really connected to the moon are the selenite. You can see, well, it's sort of like the colors of the moon, that's silvery. And so selenite's great under the full moon to charge and cleanse. Of course, moonstone looks like a moon, so yes, it loves the moon. And also be careful wearing moonstone when there's a full moon. It gets really powerful. It can make you quite agitated sometimes. So sometimes it's a good idea just to take off your moonstone jewelry when there's a full moon. And the other one's labradorite, that loves the moon. 2 of my favorites is moonstone and labradorite. I'm so connected to the moon, so it's not surprising that I'm so drawn to moonstone and labradorite. The other one's amethyst, so yeah, there's the amethyst underneath the labradorite. So this one can be cleansed under a full moon as well. You can cleanse all your crystals. I do under a full moon, because I'm so love the full moon energy, so I don't mind all the crystals being cleansed under it. I mean, crystals are nature. They're found outside. They're used to the moon and the sun energy. Usually they're buried under the ground, so they don't get a lot of the sun energy though, but they would get the moon energy, and the moon's not going to fade them or hurt them in any way. So I believe all of them are fine, just depending on what you feel comfortable with. You might want your some of your crystals really charged by the sun, that real full-on beautiful, bright, powerful energy of the sun. So it's up to you what sort of energy you're drawn to and what you want. So some of the sun crystals are citrine, because it's a fire crystal too. It's your solar plexus. It's associated with your solar plexus, so it loves the sun. But don't leave it out too long, or it will just fade the color and you'll end up with a piece of white crystal, or just looks like quartz. So don't leave it out too long, just a few minutes. Same with the sunstone. So sunstone, of course, it loves the sun, so you don't leave it out too long again. Whereas with the moon, you can leave it out as long as you want and it doesn't hurt at all. But the sun, you've got to be really careful with fading. Okay, so that's those. So what else? And also there's crystals that cleanse other crystals. Like you just have to put them. So citrine's one, it cleanses other crystals. So if you have a bowl of crystals and you have citrine in that bowl, it will cleanse all the other crystals. But I still recommend that you cleanse your citrines, even though it can do that. Because I just think it's nice to have that newness and have it being cleansed by the sun or the moon or the earth or whatever you want to do as well, just to give it that boost. Selenite's another one that cleanses other crystals, so you could get a selenite wand like this, or a raw piece of selenite, or rod some people call it, and you could place all your pieces of jewelry to cleanse them. But I also think you should cleanse your selenite at full moon. Just sometimes, even though it can cleanse itself, it just helps it along, like us. It's nice just to get a full-on cleanse out sometimes. And also the other one's clear quartz, so it can cleanse other crystals. There's probably lots of others. I'm just doing the basic main ones that you all sort of know of. So yeah, that's some ideas on cleansing your crystals. I hope that helps. So you can try all the different methods and see what works for you, and see which ones. Maybe you want to do your ones like these under the sun crystals, and the ones for the moon under the moon, or you put all of them under the moon. For me, I wouldn't put moonstone and selenite in the sun, because they're just really moon crystals, so that's when they resonate really good with that. But I don't think it hurts to put the sun crystals in the moon, but that's just my opinion. You can have you can have your own ideas on it. It's you might like only putting these in the sun. You might like the energy that they get from just being in the sun, or you might want to just use the spray or the incense or the salt, or burying them in the earth. You just find the method that feels right for you. They're your crystals, you have to connect with them, so you want the energy that really connects with you and feels right with you. So it's really up to you. It's a personal choice, and yeah, just be guided by you and your guides, and know that stand in that knowledge that you know what's right for you, and not listening to what everyone else says. Do what's right for you. That's what I think with all spiritual work. I'm just giving you a guide, but you pick what's right for you, because yeah, your crystals, and you've got to connect and have that really strong connection with them. Hope this helped. Hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching again, and hopefully I'll do another meditation video soon. And I think I'm up to the heart chakra, so we'll be doing some heart chakra work. Okay, thanks everyone. Take care, stay safe, and magic and blessings. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.